It's that time of year again, and it's that time of month again for an epic Storytime video. I'm gonna be a little more calm in this one because, you know, it's jazzy Christmas music playing in the background. These are Christmas-themed true stories that happen to me and people that I know, but mainly me. This is multiple. This isn't one longer story like I normally would do. We'll start with the first one, which is a sledding story. I was going down the hill on my sled. See that window right there? You can't see through it. There's a hill right through there. And I didn't realize before I started going down that the hill was completely ice. I live right across the street from a welding company. I go what feels like 100 miles an hour, but what is probably in real life closer to 10, 15. I'm about to hit this large tractor trailer that's parked on my side of the road from the welding company. Put all my weight to one side of the sled. I swerved a little bit. I avoided it by like a couple inches. There have always been these little teeny tiny scars left on my knuckles from that. I don't know if you can see. It's just like where the color is a little bit different. That's the first story already done. See how these are kind of quick? This next story is involving a couple of my friends, Cameron and John. They've been on my YouTube channel before. John's birthday is right around Christmas time. So me and Cameron slept over at John's house one year around Christmas, not on Christmas or anything, just around that time. The night of the sleepover, John was like, "Hey Ryan, me and Cameron are helping to work at one of the stands at this 3K event. It's like a 5K except 2K smaller. I'm American, I use the right system." I was like, "Oh sure, what are you guys doing there?" So John was like, "Oh yeah, we have to hand out name tags and do this and that, just random tasks and all that." So I was like, alright, keep in mind, there's snow all over the ground and stuff, so I'm like, alright, at least I'll be warm inside where the booth is. They were like, "So you want to come help?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that'd be awesome." They were like, "Great, because we already signed you up to run in it." And I was like, why? Like, what if I said no? And I had to end up running 1.5 miles. I was not last. By the way, just out of curiosity, do you guys like when I do a video every now and then where I'm kind of more calm and timid almost, a little more relaxed with some nice, smooth Christmas music in the background or something like that? Or do you only like when I'm really hyped up and super excited and crazy? I want to know for future reference. I kind of like doing videos sometimes where I just sit down and I'm kind of normal, honestly. But if you guys don't, then I'll stick to what I normally do. I don't mind either way, but I thought this was a nice change of pace, and we're around the holidays. I'm a little tired. I have a lot of stuff I'm doing. This is another sledding story. This happens with my cousin Owen, who's in a couple of my videos. He's also known as Fire Blaster and Death Crusher on YouTube. You guys might have seen some of my videos of reacting to that whole thing. One year, Owen and I went sledding at this country club, and they had two main hills. There was this one that was like a really long, it was just a long hill. I don't know what this is. Then the other one was a smaller hill, but it was steeper, and then there was like a ramp made out of snow and stuff. Then you go down, and then you jump up a little bit, all that. And the ramp was pointed up pretty good, so you'd go down, you wouldn't get a lot of airtime. All the kids that were there were starting at the main hill, where the parking lot is and stuff. I started much higher, because there's this whole huge, it's like a triple hill system, bang, bang, bang. I started at the very top of that whole thing, because I wanted to see what would happen. I'm going down the hill. Feels like light speed again. I'm nearing the ramp. I hit the ramp, but I fly off the sled. The sled, it was pretty light. It was one of those, plastic saucer sleds. So when I hit the ramp, it just kind of did, a little hop and kept going. I wasn't holding on tight enough, I guess, because I flew off. I'm flying through the air. Here's me. Here's my sled, alright? Down the hill, up the ramp. The sled, falls down, keeps going. I'm, flying through the air. This is obviously, I was not, 50 feet in the air. This is, but, I'm flying. I land back on the sled. I'm zooming past everybody. Everyone starts screaming around me. Now I'm trying to swerve to avoid hitting trees, and there's a mailbox too and all that. Finally, I was like, man, I just gotta ditch this thing. So I jump off, I land in the snow, and it crashes into a tree. One of those giant, I don't even know what kind of tree it was. It was someone's yard. But this last story is my absolute favorite, and that's why I saved it for last. I have a lot of finals I'm working on right now for college stuff. Cut me some slack. After this week, I have some pretty epic YouTube videos that I'm planning on. One final story. This one involves my cousin Aaron. If Aaron is watching this video, then he is going to say, that didn't happen, that's fake, that's not true. We were at a Christmas party at my Aunt Connie's house one year, and we would always hang out in the basement. Because in the basement, they had things like darts, which I guess we were trusted with. They had a pool table. They had like a TV. And it was always just me and Aaron, and sometimes Owen would be there too, but he normally didn't show up till later. And in this case, it was just me and Aaron. Aaron spots this really old, almost antique-looking telephone. And Aaron was like, man, I bet you this thing doesn't work. Dare me to call 911? And I said, no, I do not dare you. But Aaron was like, nah, dude, trust me, it doesn't work, you'll see. So Aaron picks up the phone, and he dials 911, and it starts ringing, and I can hear it. It has this really, like, old, loud, like, bzzz sound like, I don't even know, it's an old phone. He quickly hangs up right when he hears someone on the other side. Quickly answer, 911, what's your emergency? He says to me after the phone is already hung up, don't tell anyone I did this. I kid you not, 5 minutes or so later, something like that, a police officer comes knocking at the door of Aunt Connie's Christmas party. And then Owen shows up a little bit later after this has already gone on. Keep in mind, this has already all happened prior to Owen showing up. Owen shows up and Aaron tries to blame Owen for doing it. And then I left, so I don't really know how it happened, but I know Owen didn't get in trouble because obviously Owen didn't do it. This has been a very chill, relaxed video. I kind of like it. Don't worry, I'll be way more hyper in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'd like to get to 600 subscribers at some point. Follow my socials on this screen right here.